Being at drama school, I did kind of tend to play, whatever roles were there. I didn't, and again, it was kind of like the second or third year. I was overhearing. We were stood backstage in this small theatre, and I kind of overheard the principal of the drama school talking to the audience members who'd come, and she was sort of going, "Yes, we've got a Chinese boy, and we've got a boy called Ajay who's Indian. So we've got two of them." And it was a shock. And then I remember her talking to me, going, "Well, you don't need to worry. You'll be fine, darling. When they remake Charlie Chan, you'll be well in." And I remember thinking, I don't want to play Charlie Chan. You know what I mean? It was quite alarming, like I say, because I wanted to do Shakespeare, or I wanted to play Jimmy Porter in the Bacchanal. That's what I really wanted to do. You know what I mean? And suddenly realising that wasn't very likely was quite shocking. But I say most of the time in drama school, I was kind of unaware of it really, and when I left and joined the profession, it's been one long rude awakening really, and nothing at drama school geared me for that, I have to say. Going up for parts on television, you arrive, your agent calls you, says you got casting tomorrow for an episode of, I don't know, whatever. And you get quite excited about that as an actor, and sometimes the sides are sent, sometimes a script's sent to you, and sometimes you get there and they present you with a script, and it's like, you're reading the part of Chan, and straight away there's this kind of like sinking feeling, and you get the part of Chan, and he's kind of usually fairly inconsequential, and has very poor dialogue. You see, because I'm a writer as well, if you break these things down to their kind of bare dramatic function bone, as a writer, if you think about what's this character's function in a drama, so if you've got jealous husband, his function is to be jealous, and if you've got angry woman on bus, it's to be angry, and if you've got Chinese man, his primary kind of dramatic function is to be Chinese as possible, as clichédly Chinese. I think drama schools, and if I've got beef with my drama school, I think drama schools should be preparing you for life outside, and I don't think mine ever did. And that's for the white students as well. I don't think they really, I think everyone left and got didn't know what they were doing. But and you should. I think drama schools should be. We all, the entire industry, the whole shebang. I think we should all be talking to each other about diversity, because it's becoming a real issue. And I think drama schools should be having casting directors and directors in to talk to their students about this particular issue, about how they approach black minority ethnic casting, how colourblind are they actually. They should be engaging with the industry on that one. They should be asking casting directors, writers even, whatever, look, we're having this many BAME students entering the profession, so what is the situation for them? The BA came about through the Orphan of Jowl controversy, which was in 2012. The Royal Shakespeare Company elected to produce a Chinese classic, The Orphan of Jowl, and they decided in their infinite wisdom, being a world-class classical theatre company, to produce this play with 17 actors, only 3 of whom were of East Asian descent, all of them young, and all of them playing roles which practically every theatre critic considered minor. Those minor roles included things like dogs and maids. The British East Asian Artists was formed during that as a group of actors and writers and academics, as a kind of, what are we? A protest organisation certainly, but also we're looking to raise the profile of East Asian people in the media. Looking to engage, and we We haven't got any funding. We haven't got any organisation as such. We are looking to do. I mean, we've done things like play readings and stuff, and I think we're going to run some workshops for young people as well. So all those kind of things are going on, but the main thing we do is actually try and stick our necks out and say, look, this is wrong. When things like that happen, whatever way we can, be that talking to students about the world out there, about what they're gonna come across. If you can get on our Facebook page and like it, British Asian Artists, and we get casting breakdowns which we put out there. I mean, a lot of quite depressing casting break. I mean, I Oriental males needed for. I do find it really depressing, to be honest. That's the kind of nonsense we're still having to deal with, but. We're open for any East Asian people who want to engage with us, who want to work in the arts, the media, who want to get the benefit of our experience, our expertise, whatever. The door's open to anyone, basically.